A very good morning to you, gang. It's Friday the 10th of January 2020. Here I am, back from the dead. Just like Jesus, boys and girls. Jesus rose from the dead, didn't he? Except I didn't have to get nailed to the cross. What a dreadful way to go. Some people like that sort of thing, though. They like that sort of thing. Very good morning to you, boys and girls, on this rather sunny Friday morning, I have to say. It's another beautiful day out there. Who's early today? Let me have a look. Early people. Adam the plumber, Mike Rees-Ponto, Mick Davenport, one man in his Sprinter van, John Aiken, Jason Hughes. Oh, dear. Look how far down the list you've slipped there, Jason. You must have been busy. Were you on the toilet, dear? You're usually first in. Can't believe it. How many people before you, Jason? You're not with it today, are you? Not paying full attention, are you, Jason? Very, very disappointed. Very disappointed. Some people, you think you can rely on them, and then they're like, it must have been like 10 minutes past before you clicked watch now. Very disappointed indeed, Jason. Good morning to you, sir. Hello to Joanna Evola. Morning, Joanna. Sean Pye in the house, as always. Good morning, Sean. Glenda. Good morning, Miss England. Morning, Glenda. Hello, Glenda. We're a little bit later today, as you noticed. Shania is a secret viewer this morning. She's at work. Good morning, Mr. Roy Brownlow. Good morning, Mr. Invalid. Morning to you. Hello, Colin Coates. Excellent. All your pens went off yesterday. All the letters went off yesterday. Everything's up to date, okay? Gavin Bass, good morning to you. One man and his Sprinter van. There's Mark Bowles. Mark, you got your pens? One or two? One went off yesterday. Please tell me you've got that one. Well, we may have to ban you from viewing if you're not receiving your letters, I'm afraid. All right. Hello to Russ Vernon and Kim McClelland is there. Everyone all right? Michael Parman, good morning to you. Is that everyone? Michael Lawrence and High Grade Gaming. That's everyone up to date as we speak at the moment. A very good morning to you, boys and girls. Well, it started off so well yesterday. It started off so well. If you're watching on Facebook Live, there's a little message going around at the bottom of the screen there. You'll only be with us for a few minutes. You need to join us on YouTube, please. youtube.com/Chris Redden UK and hit the subscribe button there. Okay. Oh, poor Kim's got a cold this morning, have you? Oh, it's no fun yet, is it? Oh, you haven't had the roast yet. Okay, Mark. No fun having a cold. You take rest, darling. Lots of tea. Nice things to eat. If you're on a Slimming World thing, not when you've got a cold, darling. Cakes, chocolate, Walkers, cheese and onion, crisps, ice cream, everything you could want when you're ill. Don't worry about that, my darling. Yes, I think Mark wants to actually come and collect his pens. But you're welcome to come any time you want, Mark. I have a preference for men visiting sort of after 10 p.m, if that's okay. Don't come in the daytime, We might both be disappointed. Wait till your missus isn't asleep and then jump in your car or on your bike, however you travel, and pop round, about 10 o'clock at night when it's nice and dark. Let me know when you're on your way and I'll leave the lights off. Okay, I'll leave the lights off. Oh no, terrible. It was all going so... Thank you, Mark. It was all going so well yesterday. I've had a very good week. A really, really good, productive week. I went to see my special doctor down in Hampstead. I went to the dentist on the Wednesday. Yesterday, I took the car in for a service. But after the show yesterday, I thought I'm going to ring the doctor because I'm getting some really odd pains going up my leg. That is between the knee and the foot on the side that I twisted my ankle. To the side, really just strange pains. Feels like a bit of stretching going on, like you was to pull something like that. Just odd pains. So I rang up the doctor, and he said, asking me some questions, and he said, "I'd like you to come in and see me. Can you come in this afternoon?" And I said, I've got a car service at 1:30. I said, "What's the latest you can do for me?" And he said, "Yeah, actually, everyone's gone off at Facebook now, so I can turn it off now without even mentioning it. Look at that. There we go. That's good." Excuse me, I got a car service at 1:30. What's the latest you can do? He said, "I'll put you in for 4:30. I said, "Brilliant. Brilliant." Because the doctor here is very good. If you need to see them, you're normally there on the same day, actually. Really good here. Unlike where my sister lives. They seem to wait forever for an appointment up there, and possibly some of you as well. Good morning to Diane Jeb, just joining us this morning. Morning, young Diane. All right. So that's it. So I went and had my car serviced. I went to the desk. I think I was the first one in there. 1:30. You know what I'm like with appointments. 1:30. I'm there at 1:15. You know, so I sat there. Bloke come over. He said, "Oh, you're nice and early." I said, "There we go." I said, I've got a doctor's appointment at 4:30. Is it a couple of hours? He said, "It won't be any more than 2 hours, absolute maximum. Probably much less than that." I said, "That's great then." So I sat down. Over came Suzanne. This is at the Toyota in Bracknell. Jemca. I think it's Jemca, Jemca, Jemca Motors or something like that it's called. Anyway, so I'm sitting there. Suzanne comes over. She's kind of the receptionist in there. She offers you a cup of tea, then she goes and makes it, brings it to you. Would you like a pastry? Because they got cakes in there and all now. Not just those little biscuits, you know, those horrible biscuits, those brown biscuits that have got those, I think it's some sort of caramelised biscuit a lot of officers have got wrapped in a little bit of cellophane or something like that. Just a moment, let me just read there. No, everything's all right. Yes. But it's like a caramelised biscuit wrapped. No, they've got pastries in it. She says, "Do you want a pastry?" and brings over this tray of pastries. I said, "No, I'm losing a bit of weight at the moment." "Oh, okay. Good. Are you sure?" "Yes, I'm very sure. I'm very strong, you see. Once I've managed to get back in the slimming world thinking, and the other people who do this sort of thing will tell you exactly the same, it's getting back into it. You know, as soon as you start eating those crisps, that's it. Oh, I just have one bag. Or just have another bag now. Or I'll have a bar of chocolate as well while I'm here. Then it all goes wrong. Once you're on it, it's actually relatively easy to keep on it. So I was strong, boys and girls. So I'm sitting there. And we're watching some telly. And I had a little bit of a walk around. I was going to go out for a walk, actually. But I looked at the weather and it said it was going to pour down with rain. So I didn't. So I sat there. And about an hour and 10 minutes later, he came over. And there you go, Mr. Reardon, all done. He said that we do recommend at 2 years or 20,000 miles. You see, I do 30,000 miles a year. Honestly, I do 30,000 miles a year. He said they recommend at 20,000 miles or 2 years you have a gas refresh or refill. Something to do with the air condition. He says you don't have to do that. If you want it done, it's 80 quid. 80. You know, the way they sort of talk about these prices is that it's nothing. I think 80 quid is an incredible amount of money to just put a bit of gas in something. I mean, what do they do for that? Attach a bottle, turn a thing on, and then turn it off again. Thank you very much. £80, please. It's, you know when you're in like the garage or something like that, they throw around these figures like it's like 2 quid or something. It's £80. No, thank you. No, I don't want it. Don't need it. Cold air comes out. When the cold air stops coming out, I'll let you know. I had a car, Toyota Igo, little car it was. That got to 175,000 miles on it. Then it started having problems. But the air conditioning never stopped working. Didn't need any refills or top-ups or anything like that at all. Anyway, I'm always very pleased with Toyota and how they treat me. I've been with them over 20 years now, and I think they're absolutely brilliant, and they do the job, and you don't have to go. I won't have to go back. Oh, excuse me, you served my car. Yeah, you did it Wednesday. Yeah, one of the wheels has fallen off. Don't have to do anything like that. It just keeps on rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Rolling, 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 roar. It just keeps going. Marvellous. And the Jap cars are the most reliable on the market. According to What's Mag, what's that mag? What song? I don't know. What is it or something? Some consumer magazine that goes on. They are supposed to be the most reliable ones. But so I came out of there very early, far too early for my doctor's appointment. So I then went via the post office sorting office, which is not far from there at all. So I can go back that way. I posted my letters in there, you know, all your pens and bits and pieces, badges and what have you. So I'm hoping that most of you will have those today, if not tomorrow. That's for all the super chats there, okay, that you've been sending yesterday. Because there was quite a lot of super chats came yesterday. So thank you very much for your super chats yesterday. If you haven't got a pen yet and you want one, there they are. £2 super chat or more, okay? £2 super chat or more. I'll come back to your messages in a moment. All right. And there's the badges. There's the super chat badges. Same for those. £2 or more. That covers the postage and the actual item itself. And they're just a way of saying thank you for those of you if you ever send us a super chat, or you can just send a super chat and not have anything at all. The choice is yours. Many, many choices. Many, many choices. Okay. So that was it really. So I posted my letters, came back here, just did a few bits and pieces, and off I went to the doctor's. And I'll come to that in a moment. Ah, look at that. You only got to mention Super Chat and someone pays $2.99. Thank you very much, Stephen. Stephen, I don't think you've shoved one of those over before, so you may not know what to do. All you have to do is email me, okay, that email address. If you give me your full postal address, I will pop in a pen, colour of your choice. Tell me what colour you want. We're running low on some colours, but I think... Oh, I've just dropped one there. But I think I've got them all at the moment, Stephen, okay? Looks like I've got them all in there at the moment, although there's only one of a few of them. So let me know what colour you want. Please do it on email and your full postal address or a badge. There's plenty of badges, so whatever you want, just let us know there, Stephen. And that'll be in the post to you probably tomorrow morning now, because everything's running a bit late due to yesterday. Okay, so then from here... I went to the doctor's, and I shall let you know what happens at the doctor's and the rest of it after I just referred to some of your very, very important messages that are pouring in this morning. And don't forget, if you could hit the little thumbs up button at the bottom of the video screen where my head is chatting away to you, then that is great as well. The little thumbs up thing does help with the YouTube thing, okay? Good morning to Tony King. A very good morning to Tony King. There's Roy saying hello to all his fans today. Very good morning to nephew Gary Butler, who I'm hoping to see next week. Gary, I've got the gas pipe man coming Tuesday, so it might have to be Wednesday. I don't know what time he finishes next week, if that's all right, Gary, because I always go over to Gary's house usually on a Tuesday night. But if something happens, the pipe man is coming on Tuesday, the gas pipe man, so it might have to be Wednesday this week, if that's okay. All right. In fact, Gary's wife rang me last night very late, which was very nice of her. Very nice of her. Inquiring on my well-being. We're going on holiday again soon. Yes, we go. We have to go to the same place all the time because Olivia needs 24-hour nursing care, and the nurses that come in, I think they come in once or twice a day to my nephew's house to do things. I've got pipes and things like that, which are attached to little Olivia. So they can only go to one place at the moment, which is Haven Holidays in Mablethorpe. So we'll be going there in, I think it was May. Was it May? I think it was May. So looking forward to going there again in May. And we do have such a fab time. That May, that's it. Christ, and then it's only 7 months till Christmas again. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. This time thing, faster and faster and faster. So good morning to you, Gary. Roy, they have to drain off old gas and refill with new gas and check the pipes. Yeah, but I mean, it's all working still. It's all working, so I'll just leave that, Roy, and you know, I've never ever had to do that. My sister's done it once, I think. I think she got a coupon out of one of those what were they called? What's on? Some sort of voucher codes or something like that. Something she got off the internet, and it just wasn't working at all. No cold air whatsoever. And she had that done. I think it cost her about 25 quid, you know. Which I'd pay that. 80 quid. 80 quid to recharge your blooming gas, dear. Poor Mick's been to the doctor's 2 days on the road now. He's got an inflamed stomach and look anemic. So I've got to go and... Oh, you've got to give a sample, have you? Oh, dear. That's no fun, is it, at all? Can I tell you? All right, I'm not going into graphic detail here. Don't worry if you're having your breakfast. But I've had to do that once, and it's like 25 years ago when I had my burst appendix. I had to give a sample. I did it in the garden. I've got this shed. I didn't go in the shed. I went round the side of the shed so the neighbours couldn't see it, and I put newspaper on the ground and then in the test tube. Oh, dear. When I first got this test tube, I thought to myself, how the hell am I going to hold that under myself and not get it all over my hands? And I can't remember who it was. I think it was someone said, no, go outside on a newspaper and then pick a bit out. Oh, God. Oh, it made me feel ill. It really does, Mick. Morning to Alan Wainwright. Good morning to you, sir. Hello to LaBelle. Good morning, LaBelle. Your emerald-eyed Casanova of magic is with you this morning. Good morning, the lovely LaBelle. Fran's got her pen. Excellent. There you go. Tony King sent you a pen, didn't he? So thank you very much for letting us know that, Fran. Adam's got a Ford B Max and a central door locking module for the window went wrong. £700. £700. It's outrageous, isn't it? Parts for cars. He went to his local garage, got a second-hand one, 250 quid. Still a lot of money just to lock your bleeding door, innit? Eh? Still ever such a lot of money. It really is. No big issues being sold here. That's for very poor people, darling. That's for very poor. Get yourself a franking machine. Well, actually, Adam, not a franking machine, but an address label machine is coming today. Hopefully, a little I can just type in, and then you get nice, neat little labels out to stick on envelopes of when people win things or buy things, whatever they want to do. You know, talking of which, haven't heard back from the sticker man. Oddly enough, so I said we're getting some stickers done as well because you seem to like collecting these things. So I'm getting some stickers done as well. Whether it be car stickers or just stickers, I think you possibly put it on your car. I don't know. Anyway, so I spoke to a chap and but he hasn't come back to me. So I've sent him a little message yesterday to see whether or not he's able to do them. I've yet to hear. Let me just check. Maybe perhaps he's responded now. Hang on a minute. I'll have a quick look. Excuse me. Social media, YouTube. That's not you, is it? Promotions. No, he's not come back to us. So it may be that he's not able to do them, but there's plenty of other places doing stickers and that. So we're getting some stickers done as well for you. Okay, but I've not heard back from that yet. Good morning to Fartin Santa. A very good morning to Fartin Santa. With us for a second time today. Good morning, Fartin Santa. There's Gavin Bass. Hello to you. There's my sister. There's my sister. I'm not away for the weekend visiting you in hospital. No, you would have had to be, Sharon. You would have had to be. Thank you, Roy. Voucher, that's the one. I think my sister got that off Voucher. You get all these different vouchers and things to get stuff really cheap. That's one. I think that's the place where I get my toilet rolls from. I buy them in 50s. 50 toilet rolls. This great big box comes. It's like Christmas every few months. It's wonderful. Morning to Joey Millen. And talking of ordering things, I've got something to show you in a minute. Good morning to Mark Cording. Who was the man screaming on your video? Oh, well, I found out what was wrong with him. He had an abscess. And the doctor was in there squeezing the stuff out. That's what it was. And he was on this laughing gas as well, and he kept bursting into fits of laughter. And you'd think they would close the door, wouldn't you? Let me tell you, that wasn't the loudest it got. He was screaming at them. Very, very painful, but they had to get the stuff out. That's what I overheard. Obviously, a nurse. I like to point out, a nurse or doctor didn't tell me that. They wouldn't be allowed to. I just overheard it because I'm nosy. I'm a nosy person. I like to know what's going on in people's sad, lonely, pathetic lives. So there we are. Okay, Joey's got his pen as well. Thank you. Morning to Paul and Lou. Good morning, Paul and Lou. Groupon. Groupon. There you are. My sister got it from Groupon. Groupon. There we go. All right. John Aitken. Yuck. Yeah, exactly. Yuck. But that's often what, if you've got pain like an abscess. I don't know where the abscess was. I don't know if it was in his mouth or on his body somewhere. No idea. But of course, you know when you get like an abscess in your tooth and the pain. Now, I'm very lucky. Never had one. Never had an abscess. So very, very lucky. But nevertheless, good morning, Tay. Tay, I've got your email here, which Tanya, all right, I'll be reading off your email very shortly after I've told my story today. So hang around for that. She's written in about cats. Tay's written in about cats. Thank you very much for the email. If you want to ever send us a longer email, perhaps some of you are watching a recording of the show, feel free to do so. Just send it to that email address, you know, because obviously on the chat box, you only get a couple of lines, don't you? You know what I mean? If you want to read a long email for me to either look at or read out, that's up to you, whatever, then that's fine as well. Just send it through. Got plenty of time. Chris@UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. All right? Yes, so if you've got an abscess or something, it's the stuff in there that causes the pain. It puts pressure on everything. And I've heard, although, as I say, I've been very lucky never to have had that. You know when you go into the dentist with an abscess and they drill your teeth, as soon as that drill's gone through and the stuff comes out, instant pain relief. Instant. That's what I've heard. I'm not 100% sure of that, okay, but that's what I've heard. Adam says, I think the NHS should stop this show, should have this show playing in all hospitals. That way people wouldn't scream. I would just be entertained and those lonely people would have something to watch. I like the sound of that. Like the sound of that, Adam, on their video screens. Free, of course. We don't charge sick people. We don't charge sick people. And as I can see from here, most of you are very, very sick people. Morning to Claire. Excellent. Claire's pens have arrived. Yes, of course, posted yesterday. We don't hang around, Claire. Very efficient, dear. Like the Russians. Very, very efficient here. Very, very efficient. Oh, no. Oh, someone else picked up the envelope and handed it to her, but you were able to open it in secret. Well, you don't have to open it in secret. I had to say, Claire requested a brown envelope with no markings on, didn't you, Claire? Oh, Sean, that sounds very painful. Oh, I say, what made it inflamed? Weren't you emptying it out properly? Right, if I may carry on. So, went to the doctor. I got there far too early. 4:30 appointment. I got there at 4 o'clock and there was a sign. Sorry, the doctor is running 20 minutes. So I thought, oh, well, that's how it is, you know. So I'm sitting in there and these two gorgeous blokes came out in like a white top type, but medical looking people. I thought, God, is that the doctor? And I said to this woman, I said, is that the doctor? No, that's the physiotherapist. And he looked like he lived down the gym. Yeah, probably lives on a lettuce leaf and a piece of cucumber. That wasn't my doctor, unfortunately. But, you know, I sat there quietly on my mobile phone, tapping away and looking around. Doctor called us in. Lovely chap. I never met him before. He was from South Africa. South Africa he was from. Really nice bloke. And he had me up on the bed and had my trouser rolled up at the thing and looking at both of them. Then he got a tape measure out and measured them both. And my bad leg is 2 centimetres wider than my good leg. And he was concerned there was a blood clot. He said, I don't think you've got one. He said, but I don't want to miss something. Because sometimes they can miss things, can't they? So he said, can you get down to casualty? I said, yeah. I said, do I go tomorrow morning? He said, no, go tonight. He said, and by now it's just coming up to sort of 5 o'clock now. And I said, it's okay to leave it for a couple of hours to avoid the traffic. He said, yeah, of course. He said, no problem at all. But he said, I don't think there's anything wrong, but I'll send you down there anyway, just to make sure that there's nothing there. So that was great. So I came back here and I managed to have my afternoon sleep, albeit much later. A couple of hours, about an hour and a half, I was asleep. Then I woke up again about 6:30 at night. Made myself a cup of tea in my mobile cup. You know, what do you call that? Mobile cup. One that you take in the car with a lid. One of those. I never go out of my house into the car without a cup of tea. I'm absolutely serious about that. Often my nephew's wife, I walk in there with this plastic cup. She said, "What you bought a cup of tea for?" I said, "Well, it was in the car." She said, "But we'll make you one here." "Yes, and I'll have another one, please. Thank you very much. Get the cow on, you lazy cow." Honestly. Sometimes I walk into these people's houses, no tea arrives. "Would you like a drink?" No, thank you. I'll have a cup of tea. "Thank you very much." Hardly any milk. Do not put half a bottle of milk. But my nephew's wife, she knows exactly how to do the tea. There's another lady there. It's actually her sister, and she's a lovely girl, Cheryl. She's lovely. Cheryl's in there. She makes a cup of tea. She puts too much milk in. But you don't want to tell them in case you hurt their feelings. Do you know what I mean? Now, just keep quiet, and then when she's not looking, pour it back down the sink again. But we must be grateful because she got up and made one. Don't be ungrateful to people. I think some people, they mouth off, you know, not aware of feelings that they're hurting sometimes. one or two you might have got a Christmas gift, and you think, oh, you don't do that. As you open the gift, you say, oh, is that what you've given me? No, you don't do that. You say, oh, thanks ever so. Oh, thank you ever so much, and you pretend. No need to hurt people's feelings, unless, of course, they're celebrities. Then you hurt them as much as possible. If they're celebrities with no talent, like Gemma Collins, then you lay into them hand and fist. Well, perhaps not physically, but you know what I mean, okay? So there we are. Got up at 6:30, made me a cup of tea, went into car, drove down to the hospital. They got this multi-storey car park thing, so I went in there. Literally, I turned left, and there's a car parking space. I thought, well, this is going very well today. No driving around on every floor. I went into the entrance, turned left, car parking space. Don't get any better than that. So I parked the car, got my ticket thing, and went in. As I went in the door, this hospital is busy. It's busy. So I went straight over to the desk. She took the letter in. And that the doctor had printed off for me, and it was like 5 pages of this thing. She said, "I'll just take copy of these." Actually, I've left it at the hospital. I've remembered that now. Oh, it doesn't matter anyway. So I've left this. I gave them to the receptionist. She copied them all off and put them back in a brown envelope and gave it back to me. She said, "Okay, if you'd just like to take a seat now, this would be 7:15 p.m. About 7:15, 7:30 p.m. On the way there, I filled up my car with petrol as well. Not because I wanted to. I took the wrong exit off the road. And instead of going off the roundabout, I went into the Sainsbury's big supermarket place that they've got in Camberley instead. But never mind. Christ, 126.9 the petrol down here rather. Last time I bought it was up north, 118. Huge difference. So I've sat there and I thought, well, I'll be here for a while. Now, I didn't see any sign with a time or anything like that up. So I started playing on my phone, and I noticed people seem to be called from 3 different doors. One there, and one there. And one there, actually. No, actually, there's 5 doors. There were 5 doors. One there, one there, one there, one there, which was a child's... I think they got a special section for children there, and one there. So I'm tapping away on my phone, and there's a television on as well, but I can't really... The television sound isn't on. As children were coming in, quite rightly, they literally sat down. 2 minutes later, they were called in, which is correct, which is great. And I sat there, and the time is ticking over, and I'm running out of battery on the phone, actually. And I started pacing a little bit, just getting up and having a walk around, because those seats are never comfortable, are they? If we could have loads of beds in there, it would be so much better. We could just go to sleep until we're called. I was surprised at the amount of times someone came out, right? And someone came out and called someone's name for them just not to be there. The time, that must have happened about 10 times last night. God knows where these people go. There is a little sign on the reception that says, if you leave, please let us know. But obviously they don't. Literally, they were coming out and saying, Roy Brownlow. And then they go outside. And all this takes time, About 10 people they called that just didn't turn up. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, time's ticking, and then I think it was about 11:15 that my nephew's wife rang me. She says, "How are you getting on?" I said, "Well, I'm still sitting here." Eventually, I got seen. It's a bit of a thing waiting to see someone, but you see them eventually, and I don't complain. There's many, many people who will sit there for 10 minutes and, oh, well, I've been here 10 minutes. Yeah, I've been there 3.5 hours. Sit down, bitch. But, of course, they don't say that, do they? So I do get that, but I just sat there quietly thinking, oh, how much longer is this going to be? But I don't complain. And eventually I got called around about 11 o'clock. I think it was about 11:15 eventually I got called. So I'd sat there for 7, 8, 9, 10, almost 4 hours, 3.5, 4 hours waiting to be seen. But they called me in, and you go through, and staff, nurses, nurses. I didn't see a nurse, and I didn't see a doctor. It's the one in between, whatever they're called. So I saw them, and I went in, and she started work immediately, and she took blood. I have to say, she wasn't very good at that. Where I go to my special hospital twice a year, he's fantastic. You don't even notice. Like it's like someone just touching you with a pin, not her. Oh, it felt sharp as it was going in my arm. Oh, it hurt, dear. Anyway, so she's having a little bit of a chat. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of looking at my envelope. I looked at the letters in the envelope, and one thing I didn't know that I've got some sort of kidney disease, which I didn't even know, which is a bit worrying. So I've emailed my specialist doctor today. I said, look, I shouldn't have looked, but I've looked at my letter because I don't like to know things. I'll be honest with you, I don't like to know. It's like when I went in for that colonoscopy, and the doctor takes you in for, that was about 3 years ago now. And he said, right, I'll explain what we're going to do. And I said, if I can just stop you there, I don't really want to know. Okay. He said, that's fine, no problem at all. I said, if you could just take me in, get on with it. I said, I've got an idea, but I don't really know what you're going to do. Okay, fine, that's fine. He said, do I take it you don't want to know the risks either? I said, no, thank you. Just if we can do that. He said, yep, that's fine. If you could just sign this piece of paper here to prove what you've just said to me, and we'll get on with it. And that's me, right? So really, I don't like to know unless I absolutely have to. I often think people in hospitals, and I've said this before, who are dying, I don't think they should be told. Unless they really want to know, to go up to someone and said, I'm afraid it's bad news. You'll be dead in 12 hours. I just don't think you should tell people that they're about to die. Everyone needs a bit of hope, I mean, looking at some of you today, there's no hope at all for any of you. So I think everyone needs a bit of hope. And, it's up to you. Do you want to know? Can you tell me when I'm going to die, please? Actually, one of my nans, Nanny Ryan, she was a devout Catholic. She was in church every single day. And I remember going to visit her in hospital, and she looked at me with a quiet voice, and she said, when am I going to die? And I looked at her, and I thought, you want to know. She wanted to know because she did not fear. Not feared. Believed in God and, 100%. She wanted to know. I said, well, it won't be long, Nan. And she just nodded her head and smiled. And I don't know if she smiled or not. Can't remember if she smiled or not. She just nodded her head and accepted that, Some people want to know. But I think the majority of people would rather not know. Rather not know that you're either going to be there for 10 minutes or 10 years. Don't want to know. And I'm one of those people. I don't really want to know unless I absolutely have to. If you say to me, right, you've got this, and if you do this, you will avoid this. That's fine by me. So I don't really want to know. So I accidentally looked at this thing. So anyway, I've emailed. Actually, let's perhaps I wonder if he's replied yet. Let's have a look. I've got a wonderful special doctor. I bet he's replied because he's usually very quick in replying. If I've got any issues or anything like that, he replies straight away. But not today. Oh, hang on a minute. I don't think he's there till Tuesday. I've got a long way. But actually, I'm not too bothered about it. It bothered me for a while it was going round in your head, and then it kind of went, so it can't be that important. Anyway, so she took me blood, and off they went. She said that'd be about half an hour. Okay, fine. Meanwhile, another nurse came in and started talking to me about, did I smoke, this, that, and the other? No, don't smoke or anything like that. Then and I'm now laying in a little room, so that's okay. I'm laying down there. I'm reasonably comfortable. I just close my eyes and kind of drifting a little bit, And then after about an hour, another nurse came back in. She said, look, I'm really sorry. We're going to have to do the bloods again. The machine has chucked it out. It must have been that bad. I thought to myself, Christ, was it that bad? This machine has chucked out all the blood all over the floor. She said, no, there just wasn't enough of it. The nurse didn't take enough. It was a different nurse who came in this time. Okay, fair enough. So I said, where do you want to do this one? She said, the other arm. So she did the other arm. and and she was even worse than the other one at getting it. Oh, it hurts as she put this blooming needle in. I don't think they know what they're doing. Off where she said that'd be about half an hour. So I said, you mean an hour? She said, yeah, half hour, an hour, whatever. So I'm laying there again now, you see, for another hour. Meantime, some bloke is the little room opposite me, which I couldn't see in it. That's had 3 customers in there, or 3 patients in there. The third one, he was shouting and screaming. This is the one with the abscess. I think he had some sort of abscess. And they were giving him all sorts of laughing gas. And he was shouting, stop, 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 stop. So God knows what was going on in there. But it gave me a little sense of amusement while I was laying there in my own pain and suffering, dear. That was it. She gave me a physical examination on the leg, pushing it. Does that hurt? Does that hurt? Does that hurt? And no, it doesn't. You know, there's no pain. I can push fairly hard all over my leg, up and down it. And there's not really any pain at all. And she came back to me. This would now be about 1:30 in the morning. I'm watching his clock. When I first looked at it, it was 11 o'clock. It's now 1:30 in the morning. She's come back and she says, the blood tests say there's no clot. She said, so you're free to go. She said, you shouldn't have any more problems. Just give it time. And that was it. I've no complaints at all. Yes, I waited 4 hours, but I still don't complain because I'm grateful that I was seen. And this is the beauty of the NHS. Sometimes it takes a bit long. I know perhaps some of you are waiting for operations 6 months down the line, but you'll have the operation eventually, and you know what? You won't get charged for it. America, you don't want to be sick in America. I'm telling you now. Dreadful. I mean, you can be insured. One of the things that worries me, whenever I get these travel insurances, you know, you see stories in the paper. Someone that's gone to America, wherever, I don't know, Caribbean or somewhere like that, and they've got the insurance. They've had some sort of disaster happen, either a disease or an accident, gone into hospital, and the insurance hasn't paid out. And they end up with bills of tens, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds. Funnily enough, in the hospital I went to, Frimley Park Hospital it was, I was in there. There's 2 great big signs hanging outside. When I say big signs, I mean, you know, enormous signs saying that if you are not entitled to free healthcare or you're from another country outside the EE or something like that, here are our charges. If you stay in the hospital, £1,000 a night if you're from one place, £1,500 a night if you're outside another area. £1,500 a night to stay in that hospital if you're not NHS. That's how much healthcare is. You don't realise how much stuff costs. I know people have got various different things wrong with them, some of the same things as me, and they're so blasé about their medication. One little bottle of pills is 500 quid. One little bottle of pills. 500 quid in some cases. I looked up mine. Mine aren't far off that, you know, but we get it for free because we've got the NHS. You may sit there, you may have had a bad experience, but at the end of the day, they're there and you're damn lucky to have it. So I came back here, got back here. It was around about 10 to 2 o'clock. By now I'm starving because I've had no dinner. I usually have dinner around about 10 o'clock at night or 12 if I've been working. So I had my dinner, then I watched 2 episodes actually of The Messiah, and I ended up going to bed about 3:30 this morning, which was late. So, of course, I woke up about 9:15, 9:45, and here we are this morning. So that was my day. So nothing to report. It's aching a bit this morning, my leg, but like the nurse or whatever, she said she was halfway between a nurse and a doctor. Halfway up the stairs is the land that I love. Something like that. So that's what she did. And she said just to give it time, basically. Time, you found time enough to love, and I found love enough to hold you. So tonight, sorry, doing me Barry Manilow. That was my day. That was my day. All right. Now let's see what you're saying, gang. Scrolling now, scrolling. Where did we get to? Claire's gone to lunch. All right, Claire. That's it. I love it. Adam, remind me next time you see me to put your back out so you can go and see that physiotherapist. There were two of them, dear. Two strapping lads. Wait, that's what we need. Someone banging away on our backs like that. I mean, you know what I mean anyway. Thank you. Sharon says, you never mind hurting my feelings. No, you don't. Your feelings don't hurt, Sharon. You're as tough as an ox, darling. And doing a very good impression of one this morning, if you don't mind me saying so, sister. Poor Mark's on his sick bed. He's got a bruise on the heel, but I think it's getting better. Oh, how did you do that? He's been watching Dracula, an excellent show on the BBC iPlayer, in colour. Claire doesn't know Roy. Okay, you're talking... a little private conversation going there. Michael Lawrence. No, I didn't go there. Didn't go to Hampstead. I went to Frimley Park, which is not far from here. It's about 15 minutes in the car. Good morning to Big Joe. Morning to you. Cheap petrol in Birmingham. It's a long way to go if you're not actually going there, Joe. It'd be a tank of petrol there and back. Well, actually, it wouldn't be a tank. I'd get about 550 to 600 miles to a tank of petrol, which is pretty good going, isn't it? I've got a hybrid car. Yes, sorry there was no show last night. Obviously, that's why I was at the hospital, so that's why there was no show last night. Okay. John Aitken, saying when I was going in for my heart operation, I didn't want to know what the surgeon was going to do. Absolutely. You don't want to know. Why frighten yourself? I should not have. I didn't realise that. Oh, well, perhaps I did realise. I just have a quick look at this letter. I wish I hadn't. And there's a little bit of advice there. If you're going to have any sort of procedure, don't start Googling it. Do not start Googling it, because you won't go in and have it. A dear old lady friend of mine, I don't know if she's still around actually, she had cataracts done. And I said, what was it like? She said, honestly, Chris, she said, it was so quick. It was so quick, but I wish I'd never read the leaflets before I went in. It terrified me. So there you go. There's a lesson there. And another thing, don't read on your medications, whatever you get, never read about the side effects, because you won't take the pills. I tell you that now. Some of those side effects. Roy, we die every time we listen to Chris. Thank you. Kim, not too bad at all. My pen is aching. My leg is aching a bit. Mark Pole's pens have arrived at last. That's it. I believe everyone's got their, merch. Everyone's got their merch at the moment. Excellent. That'd be right, Mark. Hundreds, actually. Thousands, possibly. To be honest, we don't hide anything here, Mark. We don't hide anything here. Hello to Rachel. Rachel just joining us this morning. Very good morning to you, Rachel. Morning, Rachel. Let me just go. Tay, I miss the NHS. She's in America. Even with my insurance, my company pays a crazy. Almost finished paying for the last lot and got another one coming in now. She's got blood work done. Wow. Yes, very, very expensive to be sick in America. You see, I just don't think you should make money out of healthcare. I really don't. Now, when I say to you the bottles of pills are 500, I do understand that there's a lot, they don't just make the pill out of whatever concoctions. That's not just the price. These drug companies have spent millions and millions of pounds developing that pill. And they've got to get it back somehow. I do get that. I do understand that. But, I'm sure there are certain... I don't think you should be allowed to invest in healthcare. It should be just done for the good of the people. I'm actually the same with gas, electricity, and trains. I don't think they should be allowed to make huge amounts of profit, and the profit they make, I feel, should be put back into the business. Now, that's a Labour thing. That's not a Conservative thing at all. But that's how I feel about things like that. There are certain... Water as well. There are certain things that you shouldn't be allowed to make huge sums of money out, and healthcare is one of them. I really believe that. Let's have a look. The Inflix IMAB. What is that? Inflix IMAB I was on costs over £1,000, so I'm lucky I got it for free. There you go, you see. Lots of people. Michael's got no money for the next 2 weeks. Why is that then? What? Oh, of course you haven't been paid yet, have you? You're at Waitrose, aren't you? Oh, he's waiting for his Waitrose payment. Waiting for the wages to go in, aren't you, Michael? Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that. Mark would love a sexy nurse to look after me. Well, buy one, dear. You can go to another country and buy a nurse and bring them over, dear. Marry them and everything. Why worry chatting them up when you can just buy one? Good morning to Info Scuba Diving. Info Scuba Diving. A very good morning to you. Oh dear. My dog always drops to sleep listening to Chris's show. How rude. Right, now, oh, it's Jason Hughes' birthday today, isn't it? Oh, hang on a minute. More importantly than Jason Hughes' birthday, my label maker is on its way. How exciting. My little label printer is on its way. It's Jason Hughes' birthday today. Now, he's usually first one in with the messages. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. But not today. Not today. He's very, very late. Perhaps he spent the time typing out the email at 11:09 this morning. 46 years old today is Mr. Jason Hughes. You get a special birthday song because you are a regular, totally regular person, my dear. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jason. Happy birthday to you. There you go. Jason Hughes' birthday this morning. There you go, Jason, especially for you. Look, you get special treatment, dear. I'd like someone to give me special treatment at some point. Special treatment. Special treatment for you. All right, happy birthday to you, Jason. Are you doing anything nice? Doing anything nice? Mark, have you seen people complaining about the Messiah? No, I haven't. I'm on episode 5 now, Mark. I'm really enjoying that. It's a programme on Netflix, just in case you don't know, boys and girls. And it's about, like, the second coming of Jesus. This bloke says he's Jesus. I don't know if it is or not. But we're watching that at the moment. We've already seen him perform a couple of miracles, you know. Which, let's be honest, is what I do every morning. You know, doing this show. It's a blooming miracle that I find stuff to talk about. It's a bit of a blooming miracle I can put up with people like Roy Brownlow, to be honest. But there we are, you know. So I'm really enjoying that. Are you watching it, Mark? The Messiah? Because I've got, it's a hell of a lot I've got to watch. There's a hell of a lot of good stuff on the telly at the moment. The BBC has got some really good stuff at the moment. We just had the Dracula. I've started watching Call the Midwife, as you know. And all that business. All right. So there we are. I think that's now. What's the time? I'm gonna have to. We can't. I don't think we're even going to be able to do an hour today because I'm so far behind due to my little escapades last night. Has that doctor written to me yet? No, not yet. Oh, I'm disappointed. He usually comes back to me so quickly, but I shouldn't worry too much. I don't worry myself too much about things like that. Good. Alrighty. Next raffle, of course, is on Monday. If you want a raffle ticket, please speak now. And we'll sort you out a raffle ticket for Monday's raffle. How many of you there today do I reckon? I reckon about 30. Let's get about 30 out. 30 out and ready. So if you're new to the show, welcome along. We have a raffle every Monday. You need a raffle ticket to be able to win. You can have one raffle ticket per show. And you can claim your raffle ticket right up to about an hour before the next show. If you're watching a recording of the show, then get your ticket by email. Send me an email saying, can I have a raffle ticket, please? And I'll reply to your email with your raffle ticket number, okay? So here we go. LaBelle. There's LaBelle. She's got the first one today. 176. 176 for LaBelle. Roy Brownlow, 177. I've got something to show you in a minute. Something came in the post. Don't let me forget that. I've got to show you this. Got to show you something that came in the post. Roy Brown. It's very, very exciting. I mean, it's really sad that I would get excited by such a thing, to be honest. But just let me know before. Remind me when I say I get to the end of the raffle tickets. Just someone send me a message saying what is it you've bought. Okay, Roy Brownlow, 178. Mark Bowles, 17... Sorry. Roy Brownlow, 177. Mark Bowles, 178. One Man in his Sprinter Van, 179. Michael Pullman, 180. Michael, have you had rain now? Have you had any rain yet? How's those fires doing? Or are they still just as bad at the moment? We want to know. I didn't see anything about the Australian fires this morning, for strange reason. Kim, 181. Kim McClelland. Diane Jebb, 182. It's Friday today, isn't it? Yeah, Friday. Mandy Davenport, morning Mandy, 183. Sean Pye, 184. Jason, there's our birthday boy, 185. 186, Gavin Bass. 187 for Fran Green. As a little scratch on the nose. Roy Brownlow has sent in a £2 super chat. And he's sending a little present for Jason Hughes. Oh, Jason, you lucky thing. Come on, send me an email, tell me what colour you want, and say thank you to Mr. Roy Brownlow for his generosity. Generosity. Thank you, Roy. Fran Green, there we are. Mick, hang on, scroll down. There's Mick there. Mick Davenport, 188. Michael Lawrence, 189. 189. Michael Lawrence. Ross Herndon, 190. 190. 191 for Tony King. 192 for the lovely Rachel. Joanna, 183. Joey Millen, 194. Sorry, did I say 183 then? No, that's wrong. Joanna Evola, 193. There you go. Joey Millen, 194. Kim McClelland. Didn't we do you, Kim? No, maybe not. Oh, we've already done you, Clem. 181. Please only ask one for your raffle tickets, my darling. Otherwise it gets a bit confusing, okay? You've already got one, Kim, there. John Aitken, 195. 196 for thank you very much, Rachel, and all of your little get well messages that you sent on the Facebook last night. Very nice of you to do so. Jason, pen or badge? Can you email me, Jason? Tell me what you want there. Be in the post for you tomorrow. It'll be in the post tomorrow. Oh no, actually tonight. It'll be in tonight when I go past the post box in King's Cross. Those. Oh no, I won't be there before 6 though, will I? No, I won't be there before 6. It's only on Monday I'll be there before 6. 196 goes for GFA Tay. Well, I've got an email to read from Tay just after we've done these tickets. GFA Tay. Lovely email, so hang around for that, boys and girls. You want to hear that. Thank you, LaBelle. Mark Cording, 197, Mark. The karaoke's on tonight, by the way, Mark, just in case you were wondering. There you go. Jason thanking Roy. That is nice things to do. Hello, Heidi. All right, Heidi. There you go, Heidi. Thank you, Heidi. 198. We were talking about that earlier, Heidi. Watch the beginning of the show when we finish, darling. You'll find out all about that, why there was no show last night, darling. Okay. Michael, still burning in Australia. No rain. Oh, you can follow the 7 News pages on Facebook. Yes, we know Channel 7. That's quite a famous channel. Channel 7 in Australia. Is that where Neighbours was on? Channel 7. I can't remember. Jess going to email after the show. Yes, okay. Thank you, Alan. 199, Alan. 199 for Mr. Alan Wainwright. Okay. Right. Okay. Thank you. You're all asking a parcel. Have I missed anyone out? Please speak now. Please speak now if I've missed anyone out. And I'll show you the parcel. I'm going to show you this. Shall I save that to the end of the show? Yeah, let me save that to the end of the show because there's a little email here from Tay, which she took time and trouble to send in. Which is always great. As I say, if you ever want to send in a longer message, as an email, then feel free. It probably won't come up while the show is on because obviously you're watching that. But it's great to read and perhaps pull out little bits and pieces from that. And Tay's in America. She writes, "Hi Chris, just watching today's show, as in yesterday. Got to say the bionic cat. You remember the bionic cat story? I said £100 for a bionic cat, and I said that was expensive. Well, she quite rightly says it would be cheaper than a live cat." You can save on vet bills as well as food and toys. She's absolutely right. It's very expensive to have a pet. It really is. So when your cat or dog is ill, you take that to the vets. Yes, remortgage your house if it needs a leg cut off. Oh, it's the wrong thing to say that is now. My sister just lost a dog for a bad leg. You know what I mean. I wasn't being nasty then. If it needs something done to it, I don't know, like some sort of disease, and an injection's going to cost you 50 quid, isn't it? Any sort of operation. You remember Ronnie's cat? £8,000. £8,000. It had a brain tumour, but they weren't going to let it go. Tay says, "Can I have a raffle ticket for this morning's show?" Of course you can, Tay. Of course, you sent that in yesterday, so you want for yesterday's show as well. So you've got one for today. I'll do yesterday's as well because I've missed this out. All right, Tay. All right, GFA. What is it? Is it V? GFV, Tay, I think it is. GFV, Tay. 200 for yesterday's show, okay, Tay? Sorry, I should have done that earlier. You sent it at 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon, so you're well in time for that. I'd love a bingo ticket for the weekend. Okay. I'll add you to the bingo system as soon as I finish the show, and you'll be able to play the bingo on Sunday night at 8 o'clock, all right, darling? She found the assessment for a new job he was applying for. I swear I walked in and left my brain at the house. Still really mad at myself, but it's good. Got a couple of companies contacting me today. I love the evening shows you're doing. Not able to catch the morning one live due to a current job. Although you're there this morning, because of course we're about 2 hours late this morning, aren't we? See you on YouTube too, and that's from Tay, and she's with us today. It's GFV Tay, I think it is on her YouTube name. So thank you very much for that, Tay. Lovely of you to send in, and I will add you to the bingo system as soon as I finished the show. Okay, good morning to Ray Reynolds. Do you want to bring Dr. Leg over? No, he's dead. Dr. Leg's dead, isn't he? From EastEnders. What good is a dead doctor to anyone? All right. Yes, I've been following your story, Roy. I saw that, and I'll be honest, I don't know what to write to that. I wanted to comment underneath your I just did not know what to put. But Roy's telling us there, so I'll read it out. Roy gave our old dog, who's 14, we gave our old dog to someone and was going to pay £250 to put it to sleep because he didn't want it anymore. I've had the dog back living with me, not killing our old friend, and he's happy now. How can you just put down an animal just because you don't want it anymore? I'm sure he's not the only one. These people, they get dogs and things, but I don't want it anymore, I'll just kill it. I mean, that's what you're doing, putting it to sleep. Isn't it awful? Anyway, I'm glad you've got it back, Roy. I saw that story and my heart went a bit. It did, I won't lie to you. Awful. Can we have some thumbs up, please? Is that right? Only 3 thumbs up, you tight-fisted lot this morning. Thumbs up, we need the thumbs up down there, my darlings. Right, has everyone got their raffle ticket? If I've missed anyone out, please speak now. Oh, hang on, Rachel, you might be looking at a different thing. Rachel said there's 21. Oh, okay. Good on you, Roy. Well, I hope you're able to keep hold of him and give him some sort of life. But you can't put a pet, unless it's really sick and there's nothing you can do for it. Or, it's sick, and if you do something, it's not going to have a very good life after that, really. It's funny how we can, and there is a compassionate thing there. 2 of my cats were in a terrible state when I took them in. And that's bad on me. I know you'll probably think, oh, no, you shouldn't think like that. That's bad on me because I wouldn't take them in. I knew what was going to happen. 2 of my cats, Tiny and Katie. They were like my friends, you know. But eventually you take them in, and compassion tells you that this is the right thing to do, and you know if it's the right thing to do or not. You really do. One of those things, isn't it? It's funny how we. I know it sounds silly, but with people, you know, I'm sure you and I have seen people in terrible illnesses and things like that, and they're never going to get better. Yet they keep them alive on these machines, and I'm not sure it's always the right thing to do, really. But there we are. Michael's just sent in an email. Thank you, email. Mick says, did you see the story where the couple got fed up with their dog, so tied a brick round its neck and threw it in a river? Luckily, a woman saved the dog. Well, I mean, it's a horrible way to do it as well, isn't it? Awful. Awful. There's Tay. Now is the perfect time for a show, getting ready for work. Just kick the husband out of work so I can now give you my full attention. I wouldn't be able to start a show at this time of the day. It just, because I've got to get ready and do other things ready for the money paying one later. You know, the karaoke night later. I'll show you what I've bought then. It's something really silly. You'll laugh. Michael's just sent in an email. Victoria's northeast is littered with ghost towns now in what is usually a peak tourist season as winds bring the state's raging bushfires close to communities previously untouched by the inferno. This is on the 7 News Network website in Australia. Towns like Bright along the Great Alpine Road were eerily quiet as the wind picked up dramatically on Friday afternoon with smoke. Because they've already had their Friday, you know, they're going into nighttime now, or they're in nighttime now, with smoke from a fire spilling over parts of the Mount Buffalo National Park. People were evacuated, warnings issued all over the place. Areas of concern, tells you what areas they are to worry about. There's some pictures there. It's just all black, vast swathes of the countryside and what was beautiful trees and just all black. Awful. So thank you very much for sending that in. Much appreciated that. Okay. All right. So this is what I bought. Do you remember, boys and girls? I ordered a broom. I ordered a broom on Amazon. I was going to go down to Sainsbury's Home Base, right? Yesterday, actually, when I bought my car. Although I wouldn't. Funnily enough, I wouldn't have been able to do it because I had a doctor's appointment yesterday. I was going to go to Sainsbury's Home Base and buy one. I thought it was going to cost me about 10, 15 quid. Then I looked on Amazon, £7.49. So I thought, well, I'll order a broom. And I was intrigued. There's a good word in there. I was intrigued to find out what sort of box it would come in. Paul and Lou, thank you, Paul and Lou. 201, Paul and Lou. 201 for Paul and Lou. Okay, thank you, High Grade Gaming. We've got 30 likes now. That's lovely. 30 is a good number. Nice number, 30. So I was intrigued to find out what box it came in. This is how they sent it. Look, there it is. Great. It's not even closed. What they've done is got a long box. Flattened it against the new broom. And put a bit of tape at the top and the bottom. I love it. I love it. And here I am, looking very, very happy with my brand new broom. There it is. All right. So that's my new broom. I knew you'd love that. Thank you, GFV Tay sends a super chat in. Ooh, there it is. Didn't play then. Thank you, GFV Tay. Can you just email me your postal address, my darling? Exactly as it looks, should look on the envelope, line by line. And I'll put one of those in the post. You want green? Let me see if I've got green. Yeah, I've got... That's the last green pen, actually. Oh, no, I've got 2. Yeah, last green pen is there for you, Tay. Okay, that's all out and ready. Waiting for you to send me your little address, darling. It'll go off tomorrow morning, though, because I have to go in the post office, anything that's American or anything like that. Good morning to SOS Gregorian. Morning to you, sir. You can have a raffle ticket, 202 for SOS Gregorian. Morning. Hello to Steph Diamond. Gregorian. Dr. SOS Gregorian. Oh, Gavin. Thank you, Gavin. Let's have a look. Gavin's just bought a couple of pens as well. We're suddenly getting a load of sales in at the end of the programme. How fabulous. Orange pen for Gavin. Just a minute, Gavin. And pen or badge for Jason. Jason, you've got 2 things now. There you go. You can choose something else as well. Gavin, can you email me and Tay as well? Put exactly what you've written there. Orange pen, please, and your full postal address. You must put the colour of your pen in your email, otherwise I forget. All right? I'll forget. So if you could just email me, do it now, and then it's all done, and then I can put those in the post for you tomorrow. All right? What's the time now? 12. Oh, actually, I don't go to bed today till 3, do I? I might be able to get them in the post box for you this afternoon, actually. I might be able to get them in there this afternoon, so we'll see how that goes. If not, it'll be tomorrow morning. But please email me and let me know exactly what you want, my friends, all right? And that'll be sorted for you. Okay, let's... excuse me. Let's do... there's a new email there. What's that? Is that from the doctor? No, not yet. Okay, let's do today's... there's a message there. Who's that now? Oh, that's okay. That's my sister. Right, today's birthdays. There we go. Here we go. Julian Clark today. Good morning, Julian. Julian used to pop on the show, didn't he? I haven't seen you for a while, Julian. I hope you're well. 66 years old today. Julian used to do a hypnotic show where he would hypnotise people. He's very, very good. Very good. Happy birthday to you, Julian. A young, 66 years old today. Rachel Wilson. Good morning, Rachel. Happy birthday today to Miss Rachel Wilson. Morning. Josephine de Freitas. I love that name. Josephine de Freitas. Happy birthday to you today. Debbie Wheat McCormack. Morning, Debbie. 70 years old today. Still very young. 70 years old. Mark J. Add. Morning, Mark. There's your little pretty face there. 32 years old today. Steve Mack. Happy birthday to you. And finally, Mike Neil. It's his birthday as well today. As, of course, it is our delightful Mr. Jason Hughes. But Jason, if I had a cake, I would send it round. A lovely cream cake. I tell you where to get birthday cakes from, right? Patisserie Valerie. If you ever want a birthday cake, order it from Patisserie Valerie. I've bought several from there. They are top quality. Oh, and they are nice. They are really, really nice. Not particularly expensive. A decent price as well. Not bad price. In fact, I might even buy one for my own birthday. How sad is that? Buying a cake for your own birthday in February. Patisserie Valerie cakes are absolutely delicious. That's where you want to get your birthday cakes from, all right, gang? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Okay? Can I just say, very nice of 2 people, Roy Brownlow and Gavin Bass, to buy someone something for their birthday on here. That is just wonderful. That just shows you the sort of people that we have watching this particular programme. But you can never have enough. The more the merrier. So if you can cut and paste the URL of this show onto your various walls, Twitters, Facebooks, things like that. Desperate for viewers here, boys and girls. Desperate. I'm hoping this year to go over the 50 mark. You never know. Have a lovely day, boys and girls. Tonight I'm hosting karaoke tonight. That is at Central Station Bar. Where's our little... Oh, I can't find the poster. There it is. There he is. That's where we are. Karaoke tonight if you're around in London. Join us in North London for karaoke at Central Station Bar. It's Friday night, which means the crowd will be relatively young and a little bit boisterous. If you can't cope with that, don't come. Oh, it's a bit too noisy in here. I can't cope. It's too noisy in here for me tonight. You know, but don't do any jokes that they won't understand, because the youngsters won't understand jokes. You know, they go... Oh, I don't understand that. Oh, it's a really offensive joke, that is. I can't cope. Where is my safe space? Usually when we do that, we take them downstairs and chain them to a wall. And that makes them see sense, usually. So if you want to come tonight, that's where we are tonight, Central Station Bar, for the karaoke. All right, we hope to be, as always, streaming the show. If you want to watch the live stream of the show, that's very easy. Just type into your YouTube search engine Karaoke London channel and you should find it on there. All right? Enjoy the rest of the Friday. And once again, thank you. Yes, snowflakes, Mick. You're absolutely right. Yeah, Mandy's going to be there tonight watching as well, aren't you, darling? You're right, Mandy, love. Yes, thank you very much once again for your kind messages yesterday when I was posted up about the business going on at the hospital and all that. And hopefully I'll see you again at some time tomorrow morning for another chat show. Enjoy your Friday. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.